Hello friends, it's me again, Joseph, your host, and welcome back to our channel. Have you ever wondered what true holiness looks like in the middle of chaos? I'm not talking about grand, miraculous deeds performed in front of huge crowds. I'm talking about quiet, relentless love in a town shattered by disaster. Today, we're journeying back to 18th century Italy, to the town of Torre del Greco, right at the foot of the mighty Mount Vesuvius. We're going to meet a man who became a saint not by seeking fame, but by refusing to abandon his people when they needed him most. This is the story of Saint Vincent Romano, the humble parish priest of Naples. Born Vincenzo Domenico Romano on June 3, 1751, he grew up in a poor but devout family. His father, a modest craftsman, hoped his son would follow him into a trade like goldsmithing. But young Vincent's heart was already set on a different path. He was captivated by the life of the church, inspired by the teachings of St. Alphonsus Liguori, and had a deep, personal devotion to the Blessed Sacrament. By the age of 14, his calling was undeniable. He wanted to be a priest. Despite some administrative hurdles, his passion and the support of his older brother, who was also a priest, helped him enter the seminary in Naples. He was ordained on June 10, 1775, and returned to his hometown to serve at the parish of Santa Croce. This wasn't a glamorous assignment. Torre del Greco was a working-class town, its economy built on the backs of coral fishermen who spent months at sea, leaving their families vulnerable. Father Vincent, or Don Vincenzo as he was known, immediately poured his heart into this community. He lived a life of extreme simplicity. He owned almost nothing, giving away whatever he had to the poor. His home became a free school for the town's children and orphans, ensuring they received an education and a solid Christian formation, something they otherwise would have never had. He spent endless hours in the confessional, guiding souls, visiting the sick, and championing the rights of the fishermen and their families. His preaching was famous not for its complex theology, but for its profound simplicity. He wanted the gospel to be understood by everyone, from the most educated to the illiterate laborer. He even developed a unique missionary strategy called the scobica, where he would gather small groups of people in the streets to pray together, bringing the church directly to them. He was a true priest of the people, living among them, sharing in their struggles, and loving them with the heart of a father. But the greatest test of his life, and the moment that would truly define his legacy, was just around the corner. On June 15, 1794, the ground began to tremble. Mount Vesuvius, the volcano that had famously buried Pompeii and Herculaneum centuries earlier, roared back to life. A devastating eruption sent rivers of lava and clouds of ash pouring down onto Torre del Greco. The town was almost completely destroyed. Buildings collapsed, homes were buried, and Father Vincent's beloved Santa Croce Church was left in ruins. Amid the terror and destruction, many fled. But not Father Vincent. He believed a shepherd must never, ever abandon his flock. In the aftermath, he didn't just offer prayers and condolences. He rolled up his sleeves and got to work. With his own hands, he started clearing rubble. He organized the rebuilding efforts, coordinating workers and resources to physically reconstruct the town and its spiritual heart, the Santa Croce Church. This immense project would consume decades of his life. He wasn't just a priest. He was a builder, an organizer, a leader who inspired hope through action. It was during this time that the people of Torre del Greco gave him a nickname that has stuck ever since: the worker priest. He earned it through sweat, determination, and an unwavering commitment to his community's physical and spiritual well-being. His work wasn't without opposition. He lived through a turbulent period of political upheaval, including the French invasion of Naples. These new political groups often saw his influence with the poor as a threat and tried to oppress his work. But Father Vincent was resilient. He persevered through political pressure, recurring illness, and his own physical weakness, always focused on his mission. His only goal was to serve God by serving his people. For him, a crucifix in hand was his only weapon, and simple, direct preaching was his primary tool. The rebuilding of Santa Croce was his life's great project. The church was finally reconsecrated in 1827, just a few years before the end of his life. It stood as a powerful testament to his faith and his refusal to give up, even when faced with total devastation. This was a man who saw the face of Christ in the poor, the orphaned, and the suffering. He dedicated his entire existence to them, showing that the work of God is often done with dirt on your hands and a prayer on your lips. In 1825, at the age of 74, he had a bad fall and fractured his femur. This injury marked the beginning of a slow decline in his health. Yet even in his final years, he remained a spiritual father to his community. He passed away on December 20th, 1831, after a long illness, leaving behind a legacy not of wealth or power, but of selfless love and tireless service. He was buried in his beloved Santa Croce, the church he had literally rebuilt from the ashes. The people of Torre del Greco never forgot their worker priest. The stories of his holiness and his tireless work spread, and soon the formal process for his canonization began. It was a long journey. The cause was opened in 1843, and he was declared venerable by Pope Leo XIII in 1895, recognizing his life of heroic virtue. For him to be beatified or declared blessed, the Church needed to verify miracles attributed to his intercession. The first was the 1891 healing of a woman named Maria Carmela Restucci from an aggressive, malignant tumor. After she prayed for Father Vincent's intercession, her tumors and lesions vanished in a way her doctor could not scientifically explain. The second miracle involved a religious sister, Maria Carmela Cozzolino, who was diagnosed with severe throat cancer in 1940. Her condition was so advanced that doctors gave her only weeks to live and couldn't offer any treatment. She began a novena to Vincent Romano, and on the 9th day, her cancer completely disappeared. Again, doctors were baffled. With these two verified miracles, Pope Paul VI beatified him on November 17, 1963, for over 50 years. He was known to the world as Blessed Vincent Romano. But his story wasn't over. For sainthood, another miracle was needed. This final miracle involved the healing of an Italian man from a form of cancer, a cure that was medically inexplicable. After a thorough investigation by medical experts and theologians, Pope Francis officially recognized the miracle. And so on October 14, 2018, in St. Peter's Square, the humble parish priest from Torre del Greco was finally declared a saint for the Universal Church. Today, St. Vincent Romano is the patron saint of Neapolitan priests. His hometown of Torre del Greco, orphans, sailors, and those suffering from throat tumors, a patronage that stems from the miracle of Sister Maria Carmela Cozzolino. His feast day is celebrated every year on December 20th, a perfect time during Advent to reflect on his incredible life. St. Vincent Romano's story is a powerful reminder that holiness isn't reserved for a select few. It's available to all of us right where we are. It doesn't require extraordinary visions or global platforms. It requires faithful love, quiet perseverance, and a willingness to roll up our sleeves and serve the people God has placed in our lives, especially in their moments of greatest need. He shows us that a life of simple, dedicated service can rebuild a city, inspire a nation, create a legacy that echoes into eternity. Thank you so much for joining me to learn about the incredible life of St. Vincent Romano. If you found his story as inspiring as I do, please give this video a like, share, and subscribe for more stories of the saints. Let me know in the comments what you found most moving about the worker priest. Please consider also becoming a member of our channel or making a one-time donation through Super Thanks to support our mission. Take care, everyone. Stay safe and healthy as usual. See you next time, and God bless you always.